Okay, finally a game where we were able to separate ourselves in the second half as the game went on, and have a cushion at the end. I think it was a combination of making big plays in the passing game and having a rushing game that was very strong throughout the entire game, and being as balanced as we were. I think gives you a great opportunity to win football games. It's a good win for us, 8-1, and we need momentum going into the Bowling Green game. Obviously, an excellent football team, and so we got nothing but challenges left on our schedule.
Frank, was this a complete game as you played since maybe MAC play started, in terms of not getting gouged for big plays defensively, being consistent offensively, getting some?
I think so. Yeah, I was very pleased with the outcome early on. Though I thought maybe it was going to be one of those games where we'd get a lead and they'd stay close enough, and then all of a sudden one play would turn it a little bit, and then you're in a game that comes down to the end. But it may be the first game that we've lost a turnover battle. I think it was 2 turnovers to 1, and so it was good to see that even though we lost the turnover battle, that we were still able to win the ball game.
How big was it not letting them score when they had that big drive in the third quarter?
Yeah.
It took a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, it took almost the entire second quarter, it seemed like, and that was huge because they get a score there, they're right back into it, and the fact that they didn't get on the board, and we were able then to start clicking off some things and have some offense that was real productive, just kind of separated us in the second half. But that was a big drive in not allowing them to convert.
Is there any sense of vindication or deja vu given how the first half ended? Similar circumstance to what you had a week ago, 10, 11 seconds on the clock, trying to get a score before you think about kicking the field goal. Was that a reminder? Or
last week didn't even cross my mind. We seem to be pretty good at operating the 2-minute drill and to get things done with a short amount of time on the clock, and this was I think another example of it. And last week's game is what it was. Great drive, but we didn't finish it off.
We saw more Ryan than Bo tonight. Is that because of the early fumble?
Yeah, Coach Albin, also running back coach. He's got very little patience with balls on the ground, and so we had planned on sharing the time and trying to do it as equally as possible because we think they're both really good, and that the Bo's fumble led to Ryan getting a few more snaps in the first half, but then we started off the second half with Bo. I mean, one fumble doesn't make a season, and obviously Bo's done so many great things for us throughout the course of the year. You don't beat up a guy because of one fumble.
Coach, Bill got off to a great start, but it seems like Wiggins kind of back in form. We're really returning to top of this game. What is that like, having 2 running backs that you can rely on down the stretch of the season?
Yeah, well, they're similar but different in some ways. Bo has strength and ability to run with toughness, but he's got great slashing quickness. Boykin has great ability to get yards after contact and just move piles, but he's got good feet and he's got good speed. As he did get run down on the one, but that was a DB, and a fast one, and so he's got good speed, and so they kind of give you the package that you look for, and they're pretty tough, I think, to come with one after the other coming at you because they both have excellent strength and toughness.
Obviously, you guys needed a win, but the way you won, does that help you guys get your swagger or your confidence or whatever you want to call it back?
I think it gives us a little momentum going into this next one. We're still in the situation of playing 3 games in 12 days, and we've got to get ready for 1 in 6 days now, and you know, that's not easy, and they had the last weekend off, right? So, you know, they've had plenty of time to prepare, and we're trying to just make sure we're somewhat fresh and healthy as much as possible going in, but the momentum factor of winning a game like this the way we did, I think is big and should really help us with our mindset going in. We did have an injury. Landon Smith ended up with the same type of injury that Mario Duvall had, and so he's going to need surgery.
In the beginning, oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
In the beginning, the defense looked kind of shaky, but once the second quarter started, you know, 2-3 now to start that. What do you got to say about that?
Well, I think at the beginning of a game, sometimes defenses are that way. You know, they just need to see things run at them a little bit before they get used to reacting and being able to defend what they need to defend. And we got better at it as the game went on. You know, obviously you'd like to shut them down right from the start, but coming in, we knew they had a ground game. You know, and their quarterback seems to be getting better at throwing the ball, and so, you know, we were concerned about their offense moving the ball. You know, they scored, I don't know what it was, 40-some points, I think, against Toledo maybe in a high-scoring ball game, and obviously we didn't want that, and so I was pleased with the way we controlled them on offense for most of the game, and then that obviously is huge to us, not allowing guys to get a large number of points. 14 points, you know, we'll take that, and that's good for our defense. I think we are getting better defensively. You know, we lost some key players, but we are getting better. Our young defensive backs, I think, are playing better, and you can just see us up in the upper part of the line, the interior part of the line, doing a better job and getting more guys playing time that are young players, and so that's given us some more depth.
You mentioned young DBs. We didn't see Ryan Clark or Thad Engel tonight.
Both injured.